something. Look at me.
You guys can go talk right now. Just so we're having fun watching you, right?
My dress look okay? Does my hair look okay? Okay. You have to tell me when it looks bad. My ears sticking out again? Is my mic good? Is my hair good? Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This is no right. Did you please me? Leroy's on. Oh, but that's not the good dog. The big dog. Yeah.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hold on, let me do that again. There we go. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro, here with Kentralani Freilich. We welcome you to our Shabbat morning service at Temple Akiba, during which Ella is becoming a Bot Mitzvah. Ella, you and your family have waited a long time for this. And here we are, and we're so delighted. I mean, it's not what we imagined when we originally chose the first date or when we postponed it to the second date, but we're in this beautiful space with beautiful people. And whether you're here on campus at Temple Akiba or at home via Zoom or YouTube, we welcome you and we embrace you. And today's a day of celebration. We're going to ask for those who are here, if you can please make sure that your cell phones are on the silent mode, so that we don't get interrupted along the way. And Kentralani is going to share something about the music that we're going to be doing this morning.
Ella will be leading us through most of our prayers this morning, but there's opportunities for us to sing along with her. There's going to be some times where we can do hand movements with her and some of her friends. And we invite all of you to participate, whether you're here in person or at home on Zoom or watching on YouTube, to enjoy, engage within the service. The more you can engage, the more Ella feels enveloped with love.
It's so important that we feel that sense of love right now. Our world is in a very difficult spot. We're coming out of this dark coronavirus. The Middle East is going through turmoil, and we have to remember what it means to be a family. And so we're going to open up with the singing of Hine Matov, that it's important and good to be together as a people. So we're on page 70 of our blue prayer books, and we invite you all to please pray and sing with us.
Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
We're going to now continue on page 72 for the presentation of the Talit. And Ella, we invite you and your parents, Wendy and Devin, to come forward for this presentation.
As I wrap myself in the talit, I fulfill the mitzvah of my Creator. Bless Adonai, O my soul, Adonai, how great you are. You are robed in glory and majesty, wrapping yourself in light as in a garment, spreading forth the heavens like a curtain. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehit atef batzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. Fix my hair. Thank you.
Ella, you have chosen to participate in our special award program called the Golden Makai Award. And we ask for those who participate to go above and beyond the studying of the prayers and the Torah and the Haftarah, and to do what it takes to become a responsible member of the Jewish community. We ask people to come to Torah study, which you did, to be greeters at services, to read a book of Jewish value, to write letters to those who are going through life moments, and also to write an essay about an important issue that you find of significance. Ella, you chose to write about global warming, and I want to share with all of you a little bit about what Ella wrote with regard to global warming. She said there are two Jewish lessons that I think apply to this topic. One is do unto your neighbor as you want to have them do unto you. Slowing the process of global warming means that all future generations can enjoy this planet as we do. If this doesn't end, future generations either will live in a very harsh, polluted environment, or some might not even have a suitable planet to live on at all. The second lesson that you take is really close to us at Temple Akiba because it's based on our temple motto. Our light shines brighter together. If we all work together to recuse global warming, it will make a huge difference. Ella, I think you're the first person in the history of Bar and Bot Mitzvahs who used our synagogue motto as part of your message to all of us, and that's just awesome. So, on this day of your Bat Mitzvah, we present you with the Golden Chai Award. I'm going to place this on you. And as you wear it, it is a sign to all of us that you have gone above and beyond. Mazel tov once again. And just a moment ago, for the very first time officially as a Jewish adult, as a bat mitzvah, you put on your own talit. And because you've done this for the first time, we accompany that prayer with the Shehechianu. It's in our prayer books on 344, page 344. This thanks God for giving us life and sustaining us and enabling us to reach right now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen.
We're going to continue now on page 84 as Ella shares with us just a few of the many miracles that surround us each and every day. Whenever she finishes one of the Hebrew lines, we can respond by singing Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'atzani b'tzel Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'atzani bat horim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'atzani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam oter Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. Continuing now on page 106 with the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadol v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'amadiv rahute v'amlich mahute v'haye hon uv yomei hon uv hayedeho beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kariv v'yememru
Amen.
Yehei shmei Rabbah mevora le'alam ha'omei amaya yitbara Yipra v'yishtaba v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yihadar v'yale v'yhala shmei kedusha
Brichu.
Le'elam min kor b'rhata v'shirata tushbehata v'nehemata dami rambama v'yimeru
Amen. What's amazing is we can see you all smiling even below your masks. It's just in your eyes. It's really beautiful. We're going to continue with our formal call to worship, the Baruch Hu. It's on page 108. If you're able, we ask you to please rise.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Please remain standing, and Ella will continue with the Yotzer, or the prayer for light. It's on page 110.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Yotzer or uvrei hoshech Osei shalom uvrei et hakol hama'ir la'aretz v'lad arim aleha brahamim Utuvo mekadesh b'hol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reshit Ma'arabu ma'asecha Adonai kulon b'chochma asita ma'al ha'aretz kinyanecha tibrach Adonai Eloheinu al sheva me'aseh ya'adeha ve'al me'orei or she'asita yafa aruch hasela or Kadash al Tzion Ta'ir, V'nizkei Hulanu Mehera Le'oro, Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer Hamarot.
Beautiful. Continuing now with the watchword of our faith, the Shema Yisrael. We're on pages 114 and 115.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated, everyone. Before Ella continues with the chanting of the V'ahavta, we've got something very important and special for all of you who are watching via Zoom. The V'ahavta is a prayer about love. It's talking specifically about how we should acknowledge our love for God. One of our sages teaches us that we can't love God if we don't recognize love in humanity. And so what we would like you to do from home is, as Ella is chanting this, please write in the chat box one thing about Ella that you love so much. For those of you who are here, sorry, this is one of those things that those at home get to do more than you do. But start writing it, and then when Ella's finished, Cantor and I will chant your writings, which are like liturgy, they're prayers, as part of our service. We're on page 116.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוהים מצווה היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניה ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לתותבו בין עיניך וקשרתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי ודיתם קדושי לאלוהיהם אני אדוני אלוהיהם אשר הוצאתיתם מארץ מצרים להיות להם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיהם.
Amen. So we're going to start to share some of these prayers of love that are coming in. Kendra, do you have them in front of you also?
I do. I have them ready.
All right. Do you want to begin?
Sure. So this is from Nava Weissman, and she says, Ella is always so friendly and fun to be around.
Jennifer Anderson says Ella is very caring.
Julie Fokima says, Ella's personality.
Cece and Gabe says she. Oh, hold on. She is so funny.
There we go. Lisa Booker says, I love how Ella puts up with my jokes with a laugh and a slight roll of the eyes.
Amy Duke, Ella is sweet and smart.
Maiko Gross says, Ella is a great and funny friend.
Julie Kahn, we love her smile, her happiness. She is full of light.
Riley Taylor says, Ella is caring and brings happiness and fun wherever she goes.
Mimi Murmish, I'm going to read the whole thing. She is really fun to be around and very short. Sorry, Ella, I'm just being a messenger here. Okay.
Jasmine Jaffe says, Ella has a beautiful smile and is so nice.
Wait, is that our Jasmine? I think so. Jasmine Jaffe. Okay, all right. Melissa York, she's always calm.
The Kinzer family says she is always kind.
And Betty Lazarus, such a joy to her Nana.
Aww.
Thank you so much for those at home who shared so beautifully. Ella, you are going to now continue with the Micha Mocha. It is in our prayer books on page 122.
Mi hamoha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamoha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot o sefele.
Thank you so much. We continue now with the Amidah, the central prayer in the service. It's on 124. We ask all who are able once again to please rise.
Adonai, sefaitati tav ufia gita hilateha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, velohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Isaac, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagivor v'hanara, El Elyon, Gomel hasadim tovim, vekonei hakol, vizoher hastei avot v'ima'ot, meifikum lam lifnei v'neihem, leman shemo be'ahava, melech ozer Moshiach u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, magen Avraham v'ezrat Sarah, atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mehai hakol atah rav lehoshia, mehokel ha'im behesed, mehayeh hakol be'rahamim ramim, somech noflim ve'rofeh holim, umatir asurim, umakayeh anunoto, flishene yafa, mi hamoha ba'al giverot, umidomela, melahrit, umahayeh, umatmir Yeshua, ben eman atal hayo tako, Baruch atah Adonai, mehayeh hakol. Hashim haba olam, Keshem shma kishim o tobish memarim, Kakatuva ya nevieha, Vekara ze'el ze ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Sevaot, Melech Eloheinu Adonai Adonenu Ma'adir Shim Habaho Haaretz Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkamo Ehad Hu Eloheinu Hu Avinu Hu Malkeinu Hu Moshienu Vehu Yashmienu Berahama Le'enei Kohai Ani Adonai Eloheihem Yimloch Adonai Leolam Elohai Yitzion Ledor Vador Hallelujah Ledor Vador Nagi Goleha Netzach Netzachim Kushaha Nakdish V'shiv Haha Eloheinu Mipino Lo Yamush Leolam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Ella, why don't you stand with your family? We're going to continue with our own private prayers silently. We can use the prayer books as our guide from pages 132 to 142, or else just take that moment to listen to what's going on in your own heart and soul. When you're finished with your own private prayer, you may be seated. Let's see if we can have Sarah Bischoff and Ella and Penny come up and help us out as we close our silent prayer. And Sarah and Ella and Penny will be doing some hand movements. We would like you to join us whether you're here or at home. This is sort of an Akiba tradition. Our young people learn this from a very young age, and we do it at many of our Shabbat services. So please, please join with us.
Together we will walk in the path of Hashem.
You stay here. here. You stay here. Friends, we now come to Seder Kriyat Torah, the service for the reading of Torah. What's so beautiful about Torah is that while the document itself is thousands of years old, we don't look at it and keep it as a document that's so old. We create relevance to it in our own lives. We ask, how can it speak to us in the 21st century, and how do we speak to it and breathe new life into something that is so very old? And so for that to happen, we need to take the Torah from the ark, and we're going to ask Penny for you to come back forward, and Violet, where are you, Violet? There you are. Come back forward, and we're going to ask the congregation to rise once again. We're on page 244. So,
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein kemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'hador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom, av harachamim, heitiva v'tzoncha et Zion, tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim Ki v'cha levad batachnu Melech el ram v'nisa Adon olamim.
Violet, thank you so much. You're going to go back and have a seat. Penny, you stay here, Penny. Penny. Okay, all right.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai miYerushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kedushato.
We're going to now call forward to stand with us the generations of Ella's family as we hand Torah down Lador Vador, including Jeff and Glenna and Jane, and of course, Wendy and Devin. And Penny, you're already here. So we're going to have grandparents closest to me, and then down to Penny on the very end. So Jane, come over here. So this is a very special moment, Ella, because both of your parents and your grandma and your uncle, they all became B'nai Mitzvah here at Temple Akiba. And so you're a recipient of generations of so much love that is handing down this treasure to you. And Penny, in just a little while, it'll come into your arms as well. Our hope and dream is that you can share the same love of Judaism with your sons or daughters as they ascend. And if Cantor and I are lucky enough, we'll be officiating at their B'nai Mitzvah also. Lador Vador.
Ledor vador, ledor vador, nagi god lecha, ulenetzach Nitzachim.
Kedushatcha Nahakdish.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu Adonai Tiu Neromema Shemo Yachdav.
Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed, Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Al Shosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omed. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gimilut chasadim. You can go back to your seats now. Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al. Jeff and Glenna, don't get too comfortable because you're coming back up in a second. So we are going to call a number of, everyone else can be seated. Thank you. We are going to call up a number of people for an aliyah. Don't sit down. You're literally about to come up. For an aliyah to surround Ella and the Torah with blessings. When you come up, you're going to stand at the podium where the cantor is, and we've got a sheet for you so you can read the aliyah from there. Ya'amdu, Yaakov v'Ruth. We now call for our first aliyah, Jeff and Glenna Senelick.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarak.
Adonai Hambarak le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarak le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher b'karbanu mikol ha'amin. Natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Vaydaber Adonai al Moshe behar Sinai lemor. Daber el bnei Yisrael v'amarta alehem ki tavu el haaretz asher ani noten lahem b'shavata haaretz Shabbat Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayei ola nata b'haltaviv. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Thank you so much. For our second aliyah, we invite forward Jared Senelick, Sharon Miller, and Art Miller. Ya'amdu, Shamol ben Yaakov Ruth, v'Simcha Barucha, Aaron ben Betzalel v'Yitra.
Behu Adonai Hambarak.
Baruch Adonai Hambarak le'olam va'ed.
Baruch atah
Baruch Adonai Hambarak.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher barak rabanu mikol ha'amim. Natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Shei shanim tizra sadeh v'sheish shanim tizmor kameha ve'asafta et tuata uvashana hashve'i Shabbat Shabbaton yeheh la'aretz Shabbat la'Adonai zadeha lo tizra v'chameha lo tizmor
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet Natah B'Toheinu Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yes, Koach, thank you so much. For our third Aliyah, we invite forward Jane Stark, Bob Stark, and Heather Stark. Ya'amdu Rachel bat Yisrael veYitzchak ben Binyamin v'Rachel.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Ei tefia ketraha lo tiksor ve'im ve'in nazireha lo tiksor shenat Shabbaton yeheh la'aretz v'hayata Shabbat ha'aretz lahem le'ofla laha'avdeha v'lahamateha v'lisireha otoshaveha hakarim iman.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Thank you so much. Alex, you can turn the microphone back up again a little bit, okay? Thank you, everyone. For our fourth Aliyah, we invite forward Betsy Kearns, Ricky Kearns, and Gary Kearns. Ya'amdu Elisheva ve'Reuven ben Elisheva.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Believe hamteha velahaya asher barzeha tehieho tuata leho vesafarta lehad sheva shabbatot shanim sheva pe'amim v'hayu lehad yimei sheva shabbatot shanim tisha v'arba'im shana.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torato Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tuchenu. Baruch atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Yes, Koach. Thank you.
Thank you.
For our fifth Aliyah, we invite forward our incredible Director of Education, Randy Bischoff, along with Sarah Bischoff, Ashlyn Salzberg, and Phoebe Kravoy. Ta'amdu Ronit bat Baruch v'Sara bat Zviv Ronit v'Ashira bat David v'Sara.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach le'olam olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Behavata shofar teruah b'hodesh hashva'im be'asor lahodesh be'yom hakippurim tavinu shofar b'chol artzehem be'kidashtem 8 shana ha'hamishim shana ukratem Deror ba'aretz lehoyosh beha yovel hi tihyeh lahem be'shavtem ish el ahuzato ve'ish el mishpachto tashuvu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Thank you all so very
I
much.
love the matching outfits. Good job color coordinating.
We now ask for Wendy Senelick and Devin Senelick, along with Penny, to come forward for their aliyah. Ya'amdu Shoshana bat Binyamin v'Rachel v'Yitzchak ben Yaakov v'Rut v'Nurit bat Yitzchak v'Shoshana.
Baruch et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yovel hi shanat ha'hamishim shanat tihyeh lahem lo tisra'u velo tisru aktiviheha velo tisru enazireha ki yovel hi kodesh tihyeh lahem mim hasadeh tohalu etuata.
Blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Why don't you guys all stay there? Surround your daughter. Ta'amud, 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 abachuraha bat mitzvah, chana bat Yitzchak v'Shoshana. We now invite the Bot Mitzvah herself, Ella Senelick, for her aliyah.
I kind of lost my place. Where? I have no idea. I'm at Bishnot.
Why don't you do your aliyah and I'll find it.
Okay. Baruch et Adonai hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Bishnat hayovel hazot tashuvu ish el ahuzato v'hi timkeru mimkar la'amiteha al kanu mi'ad amiteha al kanu ish et ahiv. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Wow. You step down for a second. That was incredible. Yeah, stretch your legs out a little bit. Okay. Everyone, we're going to ask if you please rise as we lift the Torah to show you what Ella so beautifully chanted from her portion this week.
Vezot Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe.
Yael Please be seated, everyone. Not you, Ella. Ella just so beautifully chanted from the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah. She's going to continue with the section from the prophets, the Haftarah. This week's, or the Haftarah portion that's attached to her Torah portion is from the prophet Jeremiah, and she'll begin with the blessing before and then go right into the portion itself.
Page 254.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar bin v'im tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai haboher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo V'yin ha'emet v'tzedek. Adonai uzi u'ma'uzi unusi b'yom zara eleha. Goyim yavo'u me'asei aretz v'yomeru asher nahalu avotenu hevel be'eba mu'il. Hayaseh lo Adam Elohi behema lo Elohim lahem hineni modiam bapam hazot odiem et yadi ve'kevurati ve'yadeu Kishmi Adonai hata Yehuda ketubah be'et barzel b'tziporim Harusha alu lach libam Okarnot mizbehotehem Kizkor b'neihem mizbehotam Basherhem al eitz ra'anan al Yeva'ot ha'yeva'ot Hamari basadeh hilaha ho'otroteha lavas etain bamoteha v'hatat v'ho yivaleha Veshamata uha minatalateha asher natatila v'ha'avartiha et oy behar ba'aretz asher lo yadata ki eish kraktem ba'api ad olam tukat.
Hold on 1 second. Wow. So Ella is about to offer the blessing afterward, and I see a bunch of candy here, Penny. So we're going to distribute candy to everyone, which is to be gently tossed, in joy, and in celebration onto this area, not including the area where the cantor and I are. And we'll be passing the candy out during the blessing after. And then once it's thrown, after the end of the blessing, then those who would like can come and pick the candy up and stuff it in your pockets and eat it later on. Ella, go for it.
Should I sing slowly?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzor kol haolamim tzadik b'chol hadorot ha'el hane'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamedaber u'mekayem shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al haTorah, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al ha'nevi'im, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, mikdusha v'limnuha, lehavod uletivaret al hakol, Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim la, numevrahim ota, yitrashim havikohai, tami leolam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat.
All right, everyone, come pick the candy up, those who would like.
Keeps coming.
Ella, why don't you have a seat?
Have a seat.
Yep. Wow. As we shared at the beginning of the service, there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the Middle East. There's a lot going on in our own hearts. And we need healing so very much. We need so much healing. Ella, your gift to us today was the process of healing, allowing us to know that even with everything going on, we can celebrate important life moments. But we need to take the strength and bring it to our world. On page 253, right in the center of the page, is our prayer for healing, our Mishabera. When we get to the center of the prayer, as my eyes meet yours, if there are names of people that you know who could use an extra hug at this time, please don't be shy. Share those names out loud. And for those at home, please place those names in our chat box so that we can all pray together for well-being.
Misheberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And let us say, Amen.
As we prepare to place the Torah back into the ark, we're going to ask for Violet and Penny to come back forward along with Ella. I'm on page 256. Ki lekach tov natati lahem torati al ta'azovu. For I have given you a wonderful instruction. Do not abandon my Torah. Please rise, everyone. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy.
Shalom, shalom.
It is a tree. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. The tree of life.
Shalom, shalom.
Ephraim hi lemakah Akiba v'tomhecha meyusar. Ephraim hi lemakah Akiba v'tomhecha meyusar. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. Please be seated, everyone.
Ella, you're not going anywhere. Hold on, turn around. Let's see.
Shabbat shalom. I would like to begin by thanking everyone for being here to share this incredible experience with me. Becoming a Bot Mitzvah to me means becoming a Jewish adult, therefore taking on more responsibilities, such as practicing in Jewish customs and beliefs, as well as giving to my community. This week's Torah portion is Bambar, although I chanted the dub portion from my original date, Bahar and Bahukotai. In these sections of the Torah, the Israelites have been wandering through the desert for a very, very long time and were starting to get quite exhausted. The word Bahar means mountain, and this single word plays a huge role in my portions. During my portion, Moses was at the top of a mountain and looked down and saw the future for the Israelites and their new lives. I wondered, if I was Moses, what would I see from this peak? My answer was pretty simple. It was my dream synagogue. I was told to write a bit about what this temple would look like and some of the interesting features it would have. I really enjoyed this challenge and grew quite passionate about making the design really reflect my thoughts and values. After days of sketching blueprints and scribbling down different ideas, I was finally done, and so the butterfly temple was created. The idea I came up with was to design a temple that embraces nature in a new, modern way. The exterior is shaped into 3 different rectangular sections, each of different sizes. It incorporates several different materials and textures, such as glass, wood, and concrete. The first section is devoted to the sanctuary. Inside the sanctuary, along the wall, there is the Misha Berach, also known as the prayer for healing. I chose to add this prayer because it represents helping others in the community. The outside is concrete with a waterfall and silhouettes of purple butterflies decorating it. Next is the middle section, which is covered with wood and has a concrete awning and a large set of double doors. Above the awning, there is a large olive made out of slightly darker wood. Finally, the third section is made out of concrete with many large windows and more purple butterflies. Now that I've shared about what my synagogue would look like, I would like to share a little bit about what Judaism means to me. I believe it means helping others in the community. I also think it means participating in Passover. I also think it means participating in holidays such as Passover, Yom Kippur, and of course Hanukkah. Also, going to Hebrew school, day camp, and resident camp play a huge role in my life. There I learned about Jewish history and Hebrew, but more importantly, I have made many amazing friends. Everything I have learned and experienced from my Jewish education, friendships, and other experiences have really shaped who I am and how I see things. Before I conclude my speech, there are a couple people I'd like to thank. Starting off with Cantor Lonnie and Rabbi Zach, who have taught me so much and helped me in learning and prepping for this day. I'd also like to thank the Sisterhood for the Kiddush Cup and the Men's Group for the Tanakh and everything they do for me in the temple. Also, a big thanks to Randy Bischoff for being the Director of Education and for being the mother of my best friend. In addition, I would also like to thank my parents for for always supporting me and being there for me, my Nana for being one of my best friends and making the best grilled cheese, and my grandma and grandpa for my Talit cover, and although I don't see very often, I always have a great time with. Also, thank you to Penny, who, although I hate to admit, is a great sister, as well as a very important thank you to all of my friends who have always been there for me, whether I needed them or not, and can always make me laugh. Finally, thank you to everyone who is able to come, whether on Zoom or in person, to support me on this very special day. Shabbat Shalom.
We actually want to do something. Alex, if you can screen share the illustration that Penny made.
Ella.
Whoa, thank you. That Ella made, there it is. What you see on the screen at home, this is Ella's design. When she first started speaking about her synagogue, I asked her if she would design it because she's thinking of being an architect. And this is just beautiful. So thank you for forwarding this to us and enabling all of us to put the picture in our mind of what you so beautifully described. Wow, and I love how it has an aleph on it, and that when you go indoors, there's the Misha Berach on the wall, the beautiful, beautiful prayer for healing. Thank you, thank you. Penny, we're gonna have you come up and share now. You stay there.
I stand here. You stand on the stool. I'll stand.
Dear Ella, I'm so proud of you for being here up today on this stage and doing amazing in front of all these people. You're the best sister, kinda, and I can't imagine life without you. You're so fun to spend time with, especially when we go shopping and end up buying the most random, unnecessary things. I also love when you walk me to Starbucks, even though you make me pay. You're also very useful because you walk me places with my friends when our parents are too lazy to drive. But that's not all you're useful for. You also are great at spilling everyone's secrets to me and giving me all the tea. Oh, and do not mention all the clothes I get passed down to me. Plus, you're coming into my room to yell at me and end up cleaning it, but it's always a good perk. Building houses with you in Minecraft is the best, and beating you in Minecraft is Mario Kart is even more fun because I definitely always win. And I hate to say it, but you're the drippiest sister ever You're the drippiest sister ever, and for all the grandparents out there, drippy means the coolest. Some of my best memories of us is having sister sleepovers and filming TikToks way past our bedtimes. And then you tell me about your super exciting love life, which I then use to embarrass you in front of basically every person we know. Without you, I would have no one to absolutely torture during this pandemic. Speaking of torture, one of my favorite memories with you is when we waited up until our parents went to sleep the night before April Fool's Day. We went downstairs, tied all the cabinets together. After spending 30 minutes tying the cabinets together, we realized we forgot our snacks. Then another 15 minutes of struggling to get our snacks, I started choking on my popcorn, and of course, you just sat there laughing. I know, right, Sister Goals? I also love it so much when we get into fights and I somehow will come out with a bruise. Speaking of, I will always remember you when you go off to college because I have my big scar on my arm from where you scratched me. Ella, I'm so excited to spend the next 4 years with you, especially in 2 years when you can drive me places. I love you so much, and you're the best sister anyone could ask for.
Penny, don't tell my twins about that mischievous April Fool's joke. They're gonna, wow, that was beautiful. So, Wendy and Devin, please come forward.
Do you need the step stool?
Can we use that was great. Can I go there?
You want to come up here too?
No, that's okay.
I start.
You do.
Hello. I can't believe we are finally here. After years of Sunday school and Hebrew school, touring venues around town and planning for the event, we were ready to go for May 2020.
Well, and then the pandemic hit. Surely we'd reschedule for October, no problem. No. Here we are, almost exactly 1 year to the date.
I didn't have this written down, but Penny, that was a tough act to follow. Thanks for that. Although it was later than expected, we're so happy that we're able to share this day in person with our family. We are encouraged and we're thankful that the COVID situation is improving. Ella gets her first vaccine shot tomorrow, which is a bit of a strange Bot Mitzvah gift, but a very welcome one.
We want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for being here. Our family has traveled in from Reno and Encinitas, Milwaukee, Austin, Connecticut, which seemed impossible a few weeks ago. Thank you to Rabbi and Cantor for their teaching and guidance.
So let's talk about baby Ella. When she was a baby, it was nearly impossible to get her to go to sleep. And we noticed that she'd fall asleep when we put her in her baby swing. So being the practical parents that we are, she slept in that baby swing for like 9 months. Later on, we'd have to sit on the yoga ball and bounce her for like an hour till she finally closed her eyes. And then we'd tiptoe to the curb and put her down like a bomb. And if you stubbed your toe or jostled her and she woke up, you'd have to start the whole process again.
Your core was really good.
When she finally moved to a toddler bed, you'd have to sit and rub her back until she was fully asleep. And if you stop rubbing too early, she'd go, "Rock me."
Fast forward to present day. We can't get you out of bed. You want to sleep longer. You can't understand why we won't let you sleep until 2 p.m.
We wanted to take a few minutes up here to talk about our amazing daughter, but we didn't want it to sound like bragging. So we'll mix in some things that Ella maybe wouldn't want us to talk about with our bragging.
Ella's an amazing student. She's adapted well to online school. Every time I check on her, she's either like FaceTiming with Samantha or playing Nintendo Switch. Do you go to class? Perhaps. Next year, she's off to Venice High. Go Gondos. Very proud of that.
But Ella does sometimes lack confidence. She has 2 classes right now that are challenging, and she constantly says she's going to get a bad grade on a test. And then every time she gets an A. Oh, wait, that one actually was 2 brags, sorry.
I'm missing a page. Oh, double-sided. We're fancy. Ella's adventurous. She loves roller coasters, those really scary ones that like jostle your brain. She loves those. She looks forward to going to Magic Mountain this summer many, many times, and to her 18th birthday when she can finally go skydiving.
But her eyesight is garbage. She constantly complains about her old man eyes, and thanks, Grandpa.
Ella's a fantastic artist and designer. Following in the footsteps of her grandma, she has been making beautiful greeting cards. I put my order in every month. As part of her Golden High Award, she made cards to send to the congregation who were in need of some cheerful messages. And they were so beautiful. I read them like crying. Just very sweet.
But she can't roll her R's. Instead of like a normal sound, how does it go, Wendy? It sounds like that.
Do you want to demonstrate?
I do not.
This is how we humble her. Ella's a wonderful daughter and sister. She is sweet and loving. Her and Penny play together. Video games, crafting, art projects.
But she's also a big sister, and we often hear Ella yelling, "Get out, close my door," and then the door slamming.
Ella's funny. She loves to joke and play pranks. that April Fool's one. We have these little babies that are like this big all over our house. Still finding them. They're great. Our dinners routinely feature jokes about inappropriate things that I probably shouldn't say. Boobs and periods. Just because she knows it will make Devin uncomfortable. And the girls teach each other endlessly about fictitious boyfriends.
But she might have my sense of humor, so get ready for a lot of bad puns and dad jokes.
Ella is strong and independent. She goes on walks around the neighborhood with friends or walks over to Nana's house. At one point during quarantine, the girls were waking up at 7 a.m. to go on a bike ride, and then they'd stop at Nana's house for breakfast before online classes started. Ella has a walking schedule with her friends so that they can see each other in person.
But she's also super lazy and a couch potato, so she loves to sleep late and she could lay on the couch for hours on end watching TV.
Ella has great taste in food. She had barbecue sauce in her hair last night from the ribs. She also loves steak and sushi.
But I have to pay for it.
Ella is an animal lover. People who know her knows that she adores her cat Tommy and the rest of our pets as well.
But Tommy has other plans and is constantly trying to escape from her. Ella has been very special since the day she was born. She was born shortly after Grandpa Barry died, and from her first days, she brought the family love and hope during that difficult time. She's continued to bring so much joy and love to our family. We're proud of her today and every day, and we can't wait to see what she does tomorrow.
Let me just still. Can I sit down too?
Ella, stay here. Ella, first and foremost, do not worry about not rolling your R's. I was a Spanish major and I still can't roll my R's. It's not a very important life talent, so you have plenty of others. We are so excited to be with you. Finally. You and your family have been cornerstones of our temple community, and personally for the Me and Cantor. We love seeing each and every one of your family members, and certainly Grandma Jane, who was so much a part of your being here and bringing you here, and what a light you are. And it's just extraordinary that we can celebrate this time, knowing that this is not an end goal, but a milestone along this tremendous journey. Ella, we loved meeting with you. We loved those sessions. You had so many questions along the way, questions about God, questions about community, questions about animals, about humanity. You made us think and you made us deeper. I was especially moved at your development of thought with the temple that you created. And I want to share a little bit more about that with you, because a synagogue is really about four things. It's about being a house of prayer. It's about being a house of meeting. It's about being a house of learning. And it's about being a house of peace. Prayer, community, learning, and peace. You are doing all four of those. Not only did you design a synagogue, but you embody what it truly means to be a synagogue, a house of prayer. You led us in prayers so beautifully last night and today. You created for us this space of spirituality, of depth, and of hope, and that's awesome. A house of gathering. Whether we're in our main sanctuary or out here, we're in this tent of gathering. Some people come to synagogue not to talk to God, they come to synagogue to talk to each other. That's what you've done with us. You've brought us all into this tent to allow us to be together. And while, yes, many of our prayers are focused to God, the miracle of being here as COVID sunsets is that you have allowed people who haven't seen each other in so long to be a community again. That's huge, and we need that so much. A house of learning. Temple Akiba has been your house of learning ever since before you were born. Whether it's preschool or religious school or studying for your Bot Mitzvah, this has been a place where your learning has just blossomed. And that learning has seeped into the rest of us through your great questions. And finally, a house of healing. I love in your synagogue design that on the inside, on the wall, is the Misha Berach prayer, that prayer for healing. That means that you know that our space coming together should be one that wants the world to feel more whole, to feel that love, to feel that embrace. Ella, you do that in a way that no one else can. Your presence makes us feel that kind of peaceful embrace. And so for your prayers, for your sense of community, for your understanding and learning, and for your ability to heal, this is what it means to be part of the Jewish people. And this is why we are so proud of you on this day as you ascend towards spiritual heights. Mazel tov to you. And we're so very proud. Cantor has some words to share as well.
Done. There we go. We are so proud of you and the incredible job that you did today. I just wanted to talk about how amazingly engaging you are. We talked about in the beginning of the service to have everyone engage with the service, and you do that every day. Every time we would meet with each other, you had the biggest smile on your face. When I would say, "How are you doing? How is your week?" "Great." But you always made sure to ask me, "How are you doing and how is your week?" And that's rare for a 13, 14-year-old to have that sense of self and awareness of asking other people how they're doing. There's a prayer called Olam Chesed Yibaneh, and it talks about how we can build this world from love. And if you surround yourself with positivity and with love, and you can put that out into the world, then hopefully other people will pick up on that and spread that out as well. And you do that every day. You spread positivity, wonderful energy, your engaging smile. So you are going to make a difference in this world because of that. We are so proud of you. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
We're going to ask for your family, so your parents and your sister, to come forward, and we're going to offer you a special blessing. You're going to need to step down. All right, everyone, you're going to hold this talit over her head. So Devin, why don't you go on that side? Wendy and Penny, stay over here. Oh, there you go. Okay. I'm going to come on the other side of you, Penny.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'choneka.
May God's light shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom. Shalom.
May God's light always shine upon you, Ella, and grant you the gift of shalom, of peace. Amen.
Amen.
Family hug, everyone. I'll take that back.
Family hug. You're crying.
Ella,
you're not going
you're
anywhere.
It's so wonderful to now bring onto the Zoom camera, representing our congregation, the president of our sisterhood, Linda Park. Linda, Shabbat Shalom to you.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's my privilege to be here today, representing the board of Temple Akiba, to say Mazel Tov Yasher Choach. But today is super special to me because one of the things that synagogue represents to me is family. And I have been privileged to know your family from your grandparents to your parents. I was at both your father and your mom's bar and Bot Mitzvahs. And so this is truly a milestone event, not only in your life, but in our community, our Akiba community. It's so very, very, very meaningful to me. You received your Kiddush cup from Rabbi, I believe this morning, that was presented to you last night. Good, now you can return my daughter Melissa's Kiddush cup that you used last night. But also being presented to you today on behalf of the temple is your certificate of Bot Mitzvah, which represents the fact that you have accomplished this milestone, both educationally and as you have demonstrated so masterfully and so confidently to all of us, and at a level that engages everyone, both young and old. And also, on behalf of the board of Temple Akiba, we have planted a tree in your honor in Israel, and Rabbi will be handing you that certificate as well. This is, I hope that you will be able to remember this day and remember the details of this day, and that it will resonate with you going forward, because it is so very, very, very special. Mazel tov, Yasher Koach, you're really an awesome individual, and I absolutely hope I live long enough to attend your butterfly synagogue.
Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you so much. Also, you received from Herman Barnathan and the men's group this Tanakh, at least vocally, yesterday. So we give this to you from the men's group. And we've got one other ritual here, and this is the signing of our special Lador Vador scroll. We're going to open the ark, but please remain seated, everyone. And we know that both of your parents have already signed this, but I don't believe your grandma or your Uncle Bob have signed it. So we're going to ask you both to come up as well. So this is a special scroll that we have. Come over to this side over here, which has our temple motto in it, Orenu Meir Tov Yoter Yachad. That means our light shines brighter together. You actually quoted that in your Golden Chai essay. And every person who becomes Bar Bat Mitzvah at Temple Akiba has the opportunity to sign this. So, let's see. Ella, we're going to have you sign first, right beneath Cece and Gabe, who became B'nai Mitzvah last week.
It's the 15th, right? Are you 2021 or 21 or?
Either one. 2021 is fine. Mazel tov. Now we're going to give it to your Uncle Bob.
See some of my friends on here. This started after my time then?
But we began, what year was your bar mitzvah?
86.
So
That would have been...
Scott Furman is around there, Eric Chapsis, Amy Heldman.
That was before them, I think.
Eric Burns, so
Yeah.
there are probably a few of your people that you know on
Okay,
there. So
anywhere?
you're going to sign over
Cool.
here, right below that one. Oh, a left-handed person. Mazel tov, wonderful.
Thank you.
And Jane became a bat mitzvah as an adult.
Mm, 1996. Thank you.
Mazel tov.
The month too. Well, May. Oh, May also. See?
Wonderful. Mazel tov to all of them. Terrific. Everyone but Ella can be seated. Actually, but don't sit. Just go back to your seats, and we're going to ask everyone to please rise as we begin, or as we conclude with our concluding prayers, the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגוי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
As a meditation before the mourner's Kaddish, I'm on page 291, and I offer these words by Chana Senesh. There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We remember friends and family who have died, who continue to shine upon us from their eternal resting spaces, including Barry Stark, Jenny Stark, David Stark, Dorothy Hinden, Robert Hinden, Virginia Hawley, Heather Iden Miller, Gordon Senelick, and Harriet Senelick. May their memories guide us toward goodness always. We now turn to page 294, for our mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yamad divrach rotei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. V'gala uv'yizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam u'amei omaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal. Shemei Dekudashah Barichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Damiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Amen.
Amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us understand that by reaching out to one another, we create peace on earth as well. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say,
Amen.
Amen. Kenny, Devin, Wendy, we're going to ask you to join us back in front. And we're going to ask everyone to please put your prayer books down. Our closing song is the kind that if you don't know the words, that's okay, because we need your hands available. It's more important to do hand movements than to even be singing this. Kendra, do you want to actually introduce the song?
So by special request, we are going to be singing Not by Might. Ella and Wendy has requested this for our service, the ending of our service. And this has a lot of hand clapping, so we definitely need your hands ready to go. It's a lot of spirit, a lot of ruach, which is talked about in the song.
And the rhythm, if you're not familiar, it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I like to be in America.
Right. Or lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my, well, okay. But seriously, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Try that. Okay, that's good enough. All right. 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
Not by might and not by power, power by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace. Not by might and not by power, power by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace.
Get your hands ready. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Children sing. Children dream
all, and their tears may fall, and you hear them call, and another song will rise.
Say what?
Another song will rise. Say what? Another song will rise.
Butter, butter, peanut butter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace. Not by might and not by power, power by Spirit alone. Ruach, shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by power. Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone, and Mazel Tov! Wow, Mazel Tov. That's it, everyone.
Or today.